Behind the based-on-a-true-story claim of Bloodsport lies a mystery even greater than the martial arts action on screen. Frank Dux, was he a genuine warrior or a master storyteller? The quest for the truth about the Kumite tournament and his sensei, Senzo Tanaka, has puzzled generations of fans. Now, after decades, let's look back at the journeys of the people who created this legend. How have they changed? Let's find out. Jean-Claude Van Damme, as Frank Du. This was Van Damme's breakthrough role. Before this, he only played supporting roles, like in No Retreat, No Surrender. He tried very hard to get this role, including famously performing a 360-degree spinning kick and demonstrating his splits ability for producer Menahem Golan right in a parking lot to convince him. He saw this as a golden opportunity to become an action star. Although his acting skills at the time were quite green and raw, Van Damme possessed an undeniable charisma. He dominated the action genre in the late 80s and 90s with hits like Kickboxer, Universal Soldier, Hard Target, Time Cop, and Sudden Death. His career stalled in the late 90s due to personal issues and some unsuccessful film choices. However, he made a notable comeback with the autobiographical mockumentary film JCVD 2008, which was highly praised by critics for his acting. He also made a big impact playing the villain in The Expendables 2, 2012, and the epic Split commercial for Volvo. Van Damme has been married 5 times to 4 women. Most notably, he married bodybuilder Gladys Portugues twice, 1987, 1992, and 1999 present. They have 2 children together, Christopher and Bianca van Varenberg, Bianca Brie, both of whom have followed careers in acting and martial arts. He also has a son, Nicholas, with his ex-wife Darcy Lapierre. Bolo Yeung as Chong Li. Bolo Yeung was already a familiar name in Hong Kong martial arts cinema, most famous for his role as Bolo in Enter the Dragon, 1973, alongside Bruce Lee. The role of Chong Li was tailor-made for him, a fearsome, muscular antagonist. He took the role as it was a major opportunity to reach Western audiences. Bolo Yeung's performance is a classic example of less is more. Chong Li doesn't speak much, but his presence dominates every scene he is in. He uses his body as an acting tool. He reunited with Van Damme in Double Impact, 1991, this time as Moon, a ruthless assassin. Though the main villain was Tong Po, played by Mikhail Kisi, Bolo still left a strong impression. He also starred in films like Tiger Claws, 1992, TC 2000, 1993, and Ironheart, 1992, where he rarely played heroes or more complex roles. However, he is still best remembered for his silent but extremely dangerous villain roles. His career began to slow down in the late 90s as the DTV action film genre he participated in declined. Bolo Yeung is extremely private about his personal life. He is married to a woman named Ida. They have 3 children together, 2 sons and 1 daughter. His eldest son, David Yeung, has followed in his father's footsteps, becoming a professional bodybuilder and also appearing in some martial arts films. His younger son, Danny Yeung, is also involved in bodybuilding. His net worth is not publicly disclosed, but with decades of work in the Hong Kong and American film industries, he is believed to be very well off. He primarily resides in Hong Kong. Bolo Yeung was born in 1946, meaning he is now nearly 80 years old. He is completely retired from the entertainment industry and film sets. He spends time with his family, practicing Tai Chi and Shaolin Kung Fu to maintain his health. He remains a living legend, a respected icon in both the global bodybuilding and martial arts communities. Donald Gibb, as Ray Jackson. Donald Don Gibb was already a familiar face to American audiences thanks to his role as Ogre, Frederick Flagg Palawaski, in the classic comedy Revenge of the Nerds, 1984. He had a massive build, 1.93 meter tall, and a tough-looking exterior but with comedic ability. He took the role of Ray Jackson because it was a perfect fit, allowing him to showcase both aspects, a loud, brash street fighter, representing the straightforward American style, and a loyal, good-hearted friend. After Bloodsport, Gibb continued playing Ogre in the Revenge of the Nerds sequels. He also had a solid career as a supporting actor, often playing hulking henchmen, bodyguards, or big guys with good hearts. He appeared in many other action films of the era, including Missing in Action 3 with Chuck Norris, and had a small role in Jumanji, 1995. He also made frequent television appearances, notably as Leslie Dr. Death Crunchner in HBO's sitcom First and 10. Gibb has been married to Jacqueline R. Gibb since 1978, and they have one child together. He is a family man and keeps his personal life out of the media spotlight. His net worth is estimated to be a few million USD. For many years, he owned and operated a famous tiki-style bar called Trader Mort's Liquor in San Diego, California, but he sold it in 2017. He is believed to still live in the Southern California area. Don Gibb is now in his 70s. He has almost completely retired from acting. Occasionally, he attends Comic-Cons or fan-signing events, where he is always warmly welcomed by fans who love both Ogre and Ray Jackson. Forrest Whitaker as Rollins. This is one of the most interesting facts about Bloodsport. When Forrest Whitaker took the role of Agent Rollins, he wasn't a huge star, but he was a rising young actor held in very high regard. He had just made strong impressions with roles in two major films, Oliver Stone's Platoon, 1986, and Good Morning, Vietnam, 1987, with Robin Williams. Taking a role in Bloodsport, a relatively low-budget martial arts film, seemed like an odd move. It was likely simply a job, a paycheck, and an opportunity to work in Hong Kong. He probably didn't anticipate the film becoming such a cultural phenomenon. Forrest Whitaker's career after Bloodsport exploded phenomenally. He became one of the most respected actors and directors-producers in Hollywood. He won the Academy Award for Best Actor, along with a Golden Globe, BAFTA, and Screen Actors Guild Award, for his stunning performance as Ugandan dictator Idi Amin in The Last King of Scotland, 2006. Bird, 1988. Playing jazz legend Charlie Parker. The Crying Game, 1992. Ghost Dog, The Way of the Samurai, 1999. Panic Room, 2002. The Butler, 2013. He also participated in major franchises, playing Saw Gerrera in Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, 2016, and Zuri in Black Panther, 2018. He has been very successful as a producer and lead actor in the cable TV series Godfather of Harlem. Whitaker married actress Keisha Nash in 1996 after meeting on the set of Blown Away. They have two daughters together, Sonnet and True. He also has a son, Ocean, and Keisha had a daughter, Autumn, from previous relationships. The couple separated in 2018. Sadly, Keisha Nash Whitaker passed away in December 2023. His net worth is estimated to be around $40 million USD, thanks to his career in acting, directing, and film production, through his company Significant Productions. He owns property in both Los Angeles and New York. Forrest Whitaker remains at the peak of his career. He continues to star in Godfather of Harlem, while actively producing numerous independent film and documentary projects through his company. He is also known for his humanitarian and philanthropic work, particularly through the Whitaker Peace and Development Initiative, WPDI. Leah Ayres as Janice Kent. Leah Ayres played the film's only female lead, reporter Janice Kent. At the time, she had some acting experience, most notably a role in the daytime soap opera The Edge of Night and a part in the horror film The Burning, 1981. The role of Janice Kent was a typical female lead in 80s action films, a curious reporter, initially skeptical of Dux, trying to expose him, but ultimately falling in love with him and becoming his supporter. Her last notable role was in the TV movie The Inner Circle in 1998. She married cinematographer-director Bruce A. Carman. They have a son together, Mackenzie, born in 1991. Information about her net worth is unclear, but she lives and works in the Los Angeles area. This is one of the most dramatic career changes. Leah Ayres completely abandoned acting in the late 90s to pursue her passion in education and wellness. She went back to school and earned a master's degree in education and pedagogy. She became the founder and program director of Yoga Ed, a pioneering and highly successful organization that develops yoga and mindfulness curricula specifically designed for children in school settings. She is an author, a respected educator, and a leader in the field of integrating physical and mental wellness into education. She found a second career that is more meaningful and successful than her acting career. Roy Chiao as Senzo Tanaka. Roy Chiao was not an ordinary actor. He was a pillar of Hong Kong cinema, with a career starting in the 1950s. Western audiences knew him from his role as the Shanghai crime lord, Lao Che, in the classic opening scene of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, 1984. Casting him as Senzo Tanaka, Frank Dux's Japanese master, Shidoshi, was a strategic move. It gave the film weight, a credibility and dramatic seriousness that a less renowned actor could not provide. He embodied the wise and strict Eastern martial arts master. After Bloodsport, he continued a very busy international and Hong Kong film career. He participated in many martial arts films, notably in Jackie Chan's Police Story 2. He also had a memorable role in Ridley Scott's Blade Runner, 1982. Although his scene as Chu, a genetic engineer, was cut from the original theatrical release, it was restored in later director's cut and final cut versions, further cementing his legacy in Hollywood. Roy Chiao was a family man and very private. He was known to be a devout Christian, which was quite rare in the Hong Kong film industry at the time, and he was often involved in church activities. Roy Chiao passed away on April 15, 1999, in Hong Kong, due to complications from heart disease, at the age of 72. His legacy is a career spanning 5 decades with nearly 100 films, being one of the first and most successful Hong Kong actors to bridge Eastern and Western cinema. Norman Burton as Helmer. Norman Burton was a veteran and reliable American character actor. He specialized in authoritative roles like military officers, police, or politicians. Audiences recognized him from major roles like Felix Leiter, James Bond's colleague, in Diamonds Are Forever, 1971, and the engineer Will Giddings in The Towering Inferno, 1974. He was cast as Helmer because he could easily portray the image of a senior, tough, and uncompromising government agent. He played Helmer, the bad cop in the duo of agents sent to Hong Kong. He was quite private about his personal life. He lived in the USA, primarily in California. Norman Burton passed away on November 29, 2003, in California. He died in a car accident while driving from his home in Ajijic, Mexico, where he retired, back to the U.S. at the age of 79. Philip Chan as Captain Chen. Philip Chan was an extremely interesting and smart casting choice. He was not only a famous actor, screenwriter, director, and producer in Hong Kong, but he had previously been a real police officer in the Royal Hong Kong Police Force for 15 years, 1965-1980. He rose to the rank of inspector. This real-world experience brought absolute authenticity to the role of Captain Chen, a Hong Kong police inspector. After Bloodsport, Philip Chan's career in Hong Kong continued to flourish. He played leads and supporting roles in countless Hong Kong action, comedy, and drama films. Another of his memorable roles for Western audiences was as Inspector Tequila Yuans, played by Chow Yun-fat, Superior, in John Woo's masterpiece Hard Boiled, 1992. He also directed, produced, and wrote scripts for many films. He has been married with children, living a quite fulfilling life. He is a successful and wealthy figure in the Hong Kong film industry, with assets accumulated from multiple roles: actor, director, producer. He lives primarily in Hong Kong. Currently, Philip Chan is nearly 80 years old. He has completely retired from the film industry. He spends time with his family and enjoys life as one of Hong Kong's respected veteran filmmakers. Paulo Tosha as Paco. Paulo Tosha was not an actor. He was a real, genuine, and very well-known professional Muay Thai fighter. He was born in Portugal, grew up in South Africa, and later spent years in Thailand, training at legendary camps like Sorthanakul. At the time, he was one of the pioneers bringing Muay Thai to the U.S. and a famous figure in the Los Angeles martial arts scene. The Bloodsport production team wanted to showcase as many real martial arts styles as possible. For the role of Paco, representing Muay Thai, they didn't need an actor to pretend, but a real fighter. He did not pursue an acting career. His passion was always martial arts. He did a few minor roles or stunt work in other films, like Stone Cold in 1991, but this was not the focus of his career. Paulo Tocha turned his experience and fame into an extremely successful career as one of the most respected Muay Thai trainers, crew, in North America. He founded the Tocha Fight Academy, or similar names over the years, in the Los Angeles area. He is extremely private about his personal and family life, always focused on his martial arts legacy. He built a successful business as an elite, reputable trainer. He lives and works in the Los Angeles, California area. Now, at his age, he is considered a master and one of the oldest and most respected disseminators of Muay Thai in the United States. He remains active in teaching, training both professional fighters, MMA, kickboxing, and Hollywood actors preparing for action roles. He turned a brief moment on screen into a lifelong legacy of teaching martial arts. Michel Kisi as Swan Paredes. The story of Michel Kisi, real name Mohamed Kisi, is one of friendship and loyalty. He was born in Morocco but grew up in Brussels, Belgium, and was a childhood best friend of Jean-Claude Van Damme. They grew up together, trained in martial arts together, Shotokan karate, kickboxing, and dreamed together of becoming Hollywood movie stars. They both moved to Los Angeles in the early 80s, doing various odd jobs, bouncer, pizza delivery, driver, while trying to find opportunities. When Van Damme finally got his breakthrough role in Bloodsport, after the legendary splits performance for producer Menahem Golan, he brought his friend along. Kisi was initially hired as an assistant, trainer, and assistant fight choreographer. With his impressive physique and kickboxing skills, he was given a small role as a fighter. He has been married and has children. His family is also involved in martial arts and filmmaking. His wealth is more modest than Van Damme's, but he has had a long career in the action film industry. He frequently travels between Belgium, Morocco, and the U.S. Kisi remains active. He continues to be involved in independent action film projects, often as a director, producer, or actor. He is a beloved figure at martial arts conventions and fan events, where he happily shares memories of his Tong Po role. He remains close friends with Jean-Claude Van Damme. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to hit the like button to show your support and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more fascinating stories about cinema legends. Let us know in the comments below, what is your most memorable moment from Bloodsport? Thank you for watching.